to show the cleverness of those in the spirit world. Some of you may have had this experience if you're working as a medium, but I will have clients who say, I want to hear from a specific loved one. Sometimes they'll tell me who it is. Sometimes they don't. I don't need it. It doesn't matter. They want to tell me. And yet another loved one will come in first, someone they don't even expect to hear from. So this may happen to you in a reading sometime. You may know, I want to hear from my child or my spouse or my parents. And in comes an aunt or a grandparent who, yeah, that's nice, but I want to hear from this other one. But what they do is they get the energy flowing for the medium. I call it opening the door. And it was really something because this man who opened the door gave me the baby sign and pointed at my client. That means your client has a child across the veil. Don't miss it, which is just beautiful and shows teamwork across the veil, doesn't it? So I'll go looking, and sure enough, I can feel a male over here. I said, you have a son across the veil. She said, yes, I do. And he showed me right away that he passed by taking his own life. You know, when you do enough readings, it can be easy to take for granted to just know these things and pick them up from a spirit. But just even that, to sense you have a son who passed and he took his own life. There's no way for a human to know that about someone else without sensing it as we do in a reading. So may we never lose awareness of the fact that those across the veil, no matter how they pass, are doing their best to let us know we're right here. And all of us can learn to tune into them. So, boy, there was a crowd in that reading. The one who opened the door, the son, and then I tuned into a grandmother, the mother, the grandfather, and then the son's getting my attention. And he's saying, 2 kids, 2 kids. And I said, your son says you have 2 kids. And she said, yes. He said, and he's talking about a sister being with him. She said, yes, that's right. See, I've said this many times before, when our mind just can't go somewhere, it's really easy to miss things. I'm almost finished this reading. All these loved ones have come through, and all of a sudden I find out my client has 2 children across the veil. So I tuned in and I said, all right, there's a daughter here. Please step over here. I separated them so that I could feel distinct energy. And sure enough, here's the daughter, could feel her personality. I asked her how she passed. She showed me not only from a drug overdose, but specifically heroin. That's evidence, everybody. There's no doubt she's here now. Mother confirmed this. We just rocked her world by showing her that all these family members are still here. And do you know that that woman did not even know about the organization Helping Parents Heal? Never heard of it. 2 kids across the veil. You better believe I hooked her up with my friend Irene right away, who's vice president. And hopefully she now knows she's part of a community of people who know what it's like to go through the human hell that she's been through, that anybody who loses a loved one knows how hard that is, right? Any loved one. And that's why we're all here, isn't it? To support each other. Thank goodness. Yes, in these events here this evening, we celebrate the afterlife, but we also acknowledge we are human. And these emotions are very real, but we can learn tools to deal with them, right? Today's message from Sanaya reiterated, it's been a while since we reminded you to use the phrase, isn't that interesting? That's that one that takes us to neutral right away, no matter how tragic or how trivial the issue is. Isn't that interesting? Just levels the playing field. And now you can decide, am I going to respond as a human being would, or take the higher perspective of the soul, or somewhere in between? We have a choice. That's what's so important.